story. I grew up in Utah.
Okay.
So after the war in 1994, I was the firstborn within the States.
First generation. Mm-hmm.
First generation. I was the firstborn. So I just had to adapt and understand, okay, this is this is that. And then the language, it felt like Charlie Brown, like wah, because my parents don't speak English.
Mm-hmm.
All I spoke was my language. But math is the same language
No
in
matter
anything,
what, universal
no
language.
matter what. So therefore, math excelled. English, not so much. History, none at all. Science, yes, very much, because that's math.
So did you ever get picked on by your vernacular?
I think I got picked on for racial ways.
That's what I'm saying, because I can hear in your vernacular, because you speak with very proper.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm able, or I guess I want to say I'm intelligent to understand that it's regional.
Yeah.
So it's no matter where it is that you go to or where you live at, you're going to speak what you hear. So certain people, you go to New York, they have a certain accent.
Mm-hmm.
So was you picked on that, in regards to your vernacular? Because like I said, you speak very proper.
Very much so. It's assimilating. Like,
Okay.
I had to assimilate to whatever
environment you're in.
Yeah, very
Exactly.
much so. And then when I come home, it's a different thing. Do not speak that way. You are not that.
You're not outside.
You're not outside.
You go outside, you speak English, but you come home, you speak the language that you are.
Completely.
I got you. So how was it when doing homework and schoolwork?
It wasn't bad because my siblings went through it, and then they just taught me. That's how I learned.
So you got older siblings?
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say right now. I was gonna say the difference between us is she's the young one and I'm the oldest. So for her, she has the oldest to help you out, but I'm the old. You know what I mean? I'm the oldest to help the young ones. So yeah, it is different because like homework wise, it's kind of hard because it's like you have to teach and you're like, okay, I learned this, but then education changes as time goes. So I'm like, oh shit, you guys do this now? Multiply math? I'm not a math girl, but I love my history. Oh, you got it?
Just come up a little bit more.
He was like, come closer. But no, I love my history. But it's the same time as like math is not my best suit. And yeah, but at the end of the day, we're always learning differently because everything is evolving.
So did you go to a PWI or did you go to HBCU?
No, I went to Washington State University.
Okay.
I traveled from Utah. It was my senior year, and I went to Washington State University. Even that, Pullman is a very small college town.
It is.
It's very small, and it's considered like a party school and things like that. But at the end of the day, it taught me a lot.
How was that transition coming from Utah to Pullman, Washington?
What part of Utah?
I was born in Logan, Utah.
Okay, Logan.
Cache Valley is the county, and then I moved into Salt Lake City. I even saw like the Winter Olympics. They were passing through. It's very different here in Washington because in Utah they're very friendly. They'll be like hi in the like grocery store or like being around. They're like, hey, how are you? Here it's like I definitely get the side eye. It's no like,
Well, did you hang out in Ogden?
Oh, in Ogden? My aunt actually lives in Ogden.
I'm familiar with Salt Lake. Yeah, I'm very familiar with you.
My aunt lives in Ogden.
You're dealing around very traveled individuals.
Okay,
so,
yeah.
I'm very familiar with Logan. I'm very familiar with Salt Lake. That whole stretch.
West Valley.
That whole stretch from Temple Street all the way going back.
Yeah.
I did, man, you know what I mean? I did my research right off of Temple Street because, they got the best when it comes to genealogy. The Mormons have like the best records there is. So if you ever want to look up your name, man, I've been right there, right on Temple, go right there to the right, and just going in the Hall of Genealogy, and I did all kind of research up in there.
Yeah, actually, like, I even went to seminary because, like, In middle school, they have sixth period where they are allowed to go to church. So it's considered a class. And I was like, I want to go too. Why can't I go to my Muslim? Like, why can't I go to my church as well? And they're like, no, because it is a Mormon state. And I was like, this is not fair. So I went to theirs and I just wanted to see what it was like. And I learned about, their religion, their culture, the way that they do things. They're missionaries and yeah.
How'd you take all that in? How did you process that?
How did I process it? I mean, it was fine because my community banded together and we built the biggest mosque. If you guys want to look it up, it's Khadija Mosque and it's very beautiful.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah,
shouts
Khadija
out,
Mosque. So we did that. Everybody put their money in that was Muslim.
You kind of related to the philosophy somewhat.
Yeah. If you drive down anywhere in Utah, what do you see?
Temples and mosques.
Every
Yeah,
street.
yeah, for real.
So.
It's a big Muslim community up here in Washington. Was it just as inviting as Utah when you came up here?
Yeah, very much so. And it also has to do with like culture wise, like as in Somalis, we all band together.
Oh, definitely 100%. When everybody
And you
came
can
back in
take
the
over this
90s,
one?
not even
Yeah.
90s yet. Wait, this one. Okay, yeah. So yeah, back in like literally like when everybody's like leaving the country during the war, I feel like a lot of people in different states, state-wise, we know it's 3 states. That is Minnesota, Ohio, and Seattle. Those are the main states of Somalias. And it's like, it's crazy. Like when everybody came together, we all like kind of stayed in certain areas. It was like SeaTac, Tequila, Rainier, but no. After that, it's like we actually like when they build mosques, it's amazing. I ain't gonna lie, because it's like, okay, I always drive by, I see church and all that. Even like, I know I'm not I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but even like every other culture and religions, like even Indians, like I love how they literally like build their own like Buddha stuff. I was like, okay, I drove by here. I was like, I grew up here, and I'm like, yo, that's amazing building. But I also realized that it's crazy that how like time goes by, because like we got one in Redmond, we got one in Renton, we got one in Kent. It's like it's just going around. And I kind of like, I don't know, I appreciate that, if that makes sense.
Do you ever wonder why in America and being in America and in these different places, why there's like not like a black community?
What do you mean?
So it's like you go and you see here Chinatown, you go to like you hear Filipino town. Everybody has like their own section, their own town, their own culture. But do you ever question why you don't see that when you come into the black community?
What do you mean though by that? Like if I go to the black community?
Like, okay, all right.
Because like I asked
And
you,
the
like when
Somali-
you said like Asian, if
and-
I go to any of like, I'm just like, when I go,
Okay, so when you go into the Asian community, what do you see?
I see,
They're
like, I see like mostly like the food and everything, but I see people.
So, but do you see their banking system?
The banking?
Their banking system.
and we have a
System?
banking system too.
We have a banking system?
Dahab Shil.
Oh, the banking system, like when you're transferring money to other countries.
Yes.
So
I didn't know that part. Yeah, sorry.
again, why don't you see that when you come into the black community?
Because I feel as though you guys are fighting within each other, whereas we are a community. We support each other. We do not put each other down, yet we do gossip, do things like that, but we are religious based. So therefore, as in African Americans, I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
you guys want to hurt. Okay, you have a podcast. Okay, you have money. Then it's like, I'm going to attack you. Whether it's us, it's like, if I got sick today, I would have the whole community around me.
That is actually true.
I would have the whole community around me. I would have prayer. They would come visit me, say, are you okay? Even if it's the smallest thing, or if a child died or anything like that. And they check up on you. So
So I got a question. In stating that, what made y'all come to the United States?
it was the war,
So the war made y'all come to the United States.
1994. And that was
Not
the
even
year I
like-
was
okay,
born.
like that war. When
Yeah.
it comes to war, you gotta flee when you have to leave. I'm
Yes.
sorry, like, and I ain't gonna like when it comes to Somalis, we dealt with what was it Italians,
Europeans
like,
trying to conquer.
once-
So why not build that in Somalia?
Build
why
what?
not build it?
The same thing,
Somalia.
the same community,
Yeah,
the same
and then
thing that
build
you
that
have
there.
here in the United States.
If you,
Why haven't you?
Build it.
why
there.
haven't
Yeah.
we?
Do you want to go for it?
I would go for this one.
Go for it.
I've been back home. I go back home every year. They live the best lifestyle. Free. Whenever it's prayer time, they go to prayer. They are very happy. And the depiction of what people see is, oh, they're hungry kids on the street. There is this, there is that. No, that's not the actual, like,
Projection.
but yeah, the projection, yeah. It's not like that. Because if I go downtown Seattle, I see what?
The homeless.
Homeless people, homeless, whatever. But they try to make us look like we are so lesser than. But actually, Africa is most of like the fruitful people that you can ever see.
So in stating that, do you see the reverse psychology?
I already know this question. That's for you though. I'm not gonna even answer that.
Because if you look at it like that, we have HBCUs. 98% of the majority of all black professionals went through a HBCU. It's still a federally funded program. Now, if you know the history of redlining, where they wouldn't let you buy property as being a black man, or if you look at the history of progression such as Texas, where they took these properties away and just said, hey, here's 8,000, bye, see you later, and 40 acres and so on, and these people. Then if you look into integration, because those same communities, when they had that, they thrived. That's where you get a Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's when you get a Broadway in Los Angeles. That's where you get a Harlem in New York. But then when you have integration, well, then now we're not going to the same shop, the mom and pop shop. We can finally go into Woolworth, or we can finally go into Kmart. So those same individuals is going to break the community. So then you can't, going back to the redlining where they didn't see, it's like you guys got here in the 90s, right?
I was born here.
Yeah, but you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you had apartheid in the 90s in South Africa. So,
East.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, yeah, no, South is East.
well,
Yeah, I know who you're
We're
saying. I know what you're
East.
trying to say.
man, on the
It's
real.
okay.
So you got 56 countries in Africa, correct?
Yes.
Again, my question would be, why would y'all come to America? Why not? Because when I've been to Zambia, when I've been to Zaire, I'm like, okay, this is beautiful. But how are y'all colonized into this day? And then it's like, we look at these governments.
You decided to come to a certain country.
How do you go
where
to a
it's just
certain
like-
country and then
that's
it's like you isolate, you
Yeah.
isolate from the people who's been here, who had to bust their ass.
Have you ever watched the movie Black Hawk Down?
Yeah, familiar.
Yes.
No, I'm familiar. I'm familiar in the 90s when
So-
it happened. I remember when we sent the Marines and everything. That I'm very familiar. But my question would be,
Why would you travel?
Yeah, why would you want to come here?
Here.
I hear what you're saying.
And it's not only us though. They've
know.
traveled to different, like, you can find Somali people in Alaska. You can find them anywhere. Like, just like it's
I
not
wanna jump
specifically
in.
to
Can I-
us.
Can I
Yeah.
jump in for that part? Because I understand what you're trying to say is like you decided like, okay, I'm coming to America. And everybody has their own reason. Like for me, it's like my family came because, a certain person is like, I'm in America, I can get all the papers. And during the 90s, life happened because when it was the 90s, any other countries, everybody's going through it like, okay, I have to go here. Some people went to Canada, some people went to Europe, you know what I mean, like China, wherever it was.
Yeah.
But you're trying to flee somewhere that gives you access to leave. Because right now, like, do you know how many like people that are immigrants are coming in and they don't even have homes? Literally, they have to like live in a church or somewhere like literally like you know what I mean, like outside and everything.
Yeah.
But they left a country where it's just like, I'm not dealing with this war shit. Point period.
Well,
It's not even that, but I'm sorry. I know I said it.
No. You good. You good.
But I'm like, they're like, I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just, yeah, go ahead.
Well, see, again, all right, you guys, you got here, you built your community, but you've isolated your
Would you
people.
say they
No,
isolated,
we were
or
not
we made them feel isolated? Would you say?
Yeah, because I was
you know
going
what
to
I'm
say.
saying?
I love that.
Would you say?
Because,
us,
okay.
we not as inviting to them?
No, you can't say
They
that.
knew here. How would you expect them to be like, hey, what's up? You know?
Well, again, it's like you reap the benefits. If you show up, and listen, hear me out. And I don't mean this I want you to look at this from an intellectual standpoint. All right?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Y'all went to war. Mm-hmm. And that's why y'all left a beautiful country, correct? Mm-hmm. We've been at war and still continue to be at war. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the trauma that you see and the negativity it's thousands, we're not even going to say thousands, we're going to say hundreds of years of oppression. So it's like when you go to Africa, every country in Africa isn't the best. You know, and it's like when you would think that this government, by them being black folks and having this government, that they would be all on one accord, and they're not.
They're not. Because
So-
it comes down to tribe. If I can chime in on that.
Very much tribal.
Her and I are not the same tribe.
Correct.
I'm from the South. She's from the North.
Correct.
We battle. It's tribalistic. I speak a different dialect than she speaks.
Yep.
So then you can understand when you get to the States and you
Yes.
took all those same
It's
people
different people.
Yeah, it's
and inbred
different
them,
people.
but then there's still tribes, and we
Yeah.
align ourselves.
We don't know who we are. It's like, we're like, do I trust you? Or
And do I
speak
trust
to understand
you,
way?
or
'Cause
are
I ain't gonna
you
lie,
a part
like,
of this?
When you were
For me,
before coming
sucking-
here, coming to Washington, or maybe even coming before to the U.S., are you warned pre-warned like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
we finna go to America,
Not that part.
you know, or wherever, Washington or whatever.
Wherever you go,
This is
and,
what
like,
you
in the
guys
country.
expect. This is what you guys
This is
stay
not the
away
same
from.
as stay
Yes.
like not only stay away, but you're not in the same place that we are. Like, it's our parents, or you know what I mean. Every parent, like, they all came from the same country, whatever state, like whatever they are. But at the same time, it's like, be careful of every cultural, every
Stay away
person.
from the American black guy.
No, there's a
No.
proverb. It's called Adanka Iska Alili.
Yeah, there you go. Danke schön.
Go ahead. No, sorry.
I'm
It means-
sorry.
Okay, so Adan
It-
sounds white, but it's not. But it's like saying, watch out for
Watch out for
non-Somali-
the non-Somalis.
Even though when I hear, I'm like, you just straight up said white people.
Cool. Yeah.
And yeah, it's like
It's
it's not
watch
just that,
out.
but it's like for me, it's like watch out for everybody because it's saying every person cultural is different. Asian, black, white, whatever you are, Mexican. Straight
Yeah.
up, like watch out for each
Watch
person.
out.
And I'm over here
If they're
like
not
you expect me to
Somali.
watch every. Seriously, for me, I'm sorry, I had to jump on that one. It's like you tell me to watch out for every other culture, but not my people. Because I ain't gonna
But
lie,
our people
we're
can do
people.
something
At the
to
end
us.
of the day, no, people are people. That's all the thing I learned in life right now is people are people. Because I can't even know which one is which. You know what I mean? Which is good, which is bad. Because everybody's their own people.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, but yeah, go for it.
Makes a lot of sense, man. You know what I mean? I'm just like, please don't feel like you guys are on the spot or you speak for everybody in your culture.
I do
or
not.
anything.
I
Speak
speak
for myself.
individually.
But these are
They speaking for the culture.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you because you're the main person when it's on that focus. It's like, oh,
well,
you're
these
speaking?
are just conversations that need to be had because we all have our stereotypes.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? We have we have very much have our stereotypes, how we feel towards
What's some American
Africans
black stereotypes? You
and
you
various
have?
men. Yeah, for real.
Spit it
Wait.
out. We're gonna get it out on the air right now.
Can you repeat that?
What's some of the stereotypes that you've heard about African American blacks?
How you don't look at me? I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to look
No,
up.
no, no, no.
I'm
no,
like,
it's
I
cool.
don't know. Okay,
It's cool
honestly,
because we're asking because
I mean, honestly, it's like, it's more,
Watch
in my
out.
opinion, it's like aggression and also, I'm not going to lie, laziness. Like, you want somebody to take care of you all the time, like, as in men, where, as in our culture, the men take care of us. And we actually have like bridal price and we have like all those things like take care of us and you value your wife Like heaven lies beneath the
Your
mother's feet.
Point period. Because like when like you're born, at the end of the day, it's like it's mom, mom, mom. Mom is 3 times.
Mom.
Dad is once.
Once.
But mama, like straight up, she's
It's always
your heaven.
mother.
Point period.
And the boys are raised that way.
So that's the difference.
That's a big difference for me. Yeah, because it's like, oh, she doesn't do anything. I've like encountered a lot of African American men.
What entails getting taken care of, though? I guess that's culturally different too, though, right? Mm-hmm. You know, what would you consider?
You know, I would say, what's the responsibilities
Yeah.
that it entails? Because I
'Cause
mean,
everybody's responsibility is different.
Yeah, very much so. Like, in my opinion, I'm not speaking for everybody.
yeah.
So, in my opinion, like, it's, what do they call it? My money is my money. Your money is our money.
Yeah.
So, if I'm working, you don't touch that money in our culture. Your money is
Yeah, you're
our
paying all the bills.
money.
You're paying all
Yeah.
the bills.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's like dude,
But
100%. Girl,
that's
me.
just marriage.
It is, but
Yes,
now,
but not in
No.
African American
No,
culture.
it's not just Africa though. I feel like
I don't-
culturally-
I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's just
And
the
the-
individuals you know, because majority of the men that I know that work, they take care of all the bills and they spoil their wives. Mm-hmm. The majority, we got a brother. I'm just being
I raised
100.
my hand.
A majority
As
of the
usual.
brothers. But a lot of times, like I tell, you know, I'm not a relationship expert, but I always tell a woman, is a woman lovable? Because if she's not lovable, who wants to take care of something that they don't want?
That is true.
That is very true.
A lot of
I
males
agree on
get
that.
trapped with kids that they don't want, and with a woman that they don't want. So when you know what I mean, the same. To love somebody is to love somebody. When you love somebody, as
Yeah,
a
you
man,
don't care.
I'm gonna be a man. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
there for
I'm
you.
gonna be a provider. I'm gonna be the defending hand. But at the same time, as a woman, I'm a man. I have the last word. Can you, as a woman, be able to say, I know you're wrong, I'm right, but baby, you the man, so go ahead and do what you got to do, and then be able to rub his back, even though in the back of your mind, stupid motherfucker, I told you from the beginning, but I didn't say nothing because I'm letting you be that man, and you still rubbing his back. Because if women, and I'm not gonna say women in general, but if some women can handle that, then yeah, for sure they would have love to have her. It would be a million man. I know it's men that just want to come in and just hand over the money and just let her pay the bills. And is there a big piece of chicken on the dinner? Is the kids washed and clean, ready to go to bed? Because I got to get up tomorrow and go back to work and deal with this bullshit that I got to deal with. Can y'all women cook?
Yes.
Yeah, no, yes.
You ain't made me nothing. No.
Well, what's her name again? Cardi B be like, I don't cook, I don't clean. No, I'm kidding. Okay, no, I do clean. Cooking wise, I'm not great because I'm picky. I'm a freaking picky eater. I swear to God, but I still will cook. But at the same time, as you were talking about all this, it's also like I learned, like even my mom will be like, no, a man is supposed to do all this. And I'm sitting here like, at the end of the day though, like we're all human. We have to survive. Because your man cannot give you that 100%. It's 80, 70, whatever it is. You still got to support and, you know, like, we got to do what we have to do. It's like, okay, you can't pay this bill? Okay, I got you. Point period. And I feel like every person is different. Like she said. I'm speaking from my point of view. Is like, yeah, I'm going to respect you on that. Okay, you can't pay for this? Okay, I got it. Point period. Because this idea is money, for me, it's like money comes and goes. It's not about that. It's like you standing with what you are and you give me your morals and you're like, you know
Your
what?
virtues and values.
Yeah. So it's like, it's when you do all that, it's like, I don't care about the money. You were here. That was point period. You were here. That's all that cares for me. Like, point period.
And then on my side, I grew up a different way than she did.
Mm-hmm.
I was in training since I was 9.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I was also training, but mine was different because I fought.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry.
What do you mean
You
training?
were like,
Go deeper into that. What do you
oh,
mean?
yeah, training, like being a wife. Okay, not a wife, but like cooking, cleaning, like making sure, you know, as a
Being
woman.
prepped, yeah.
Yeah, being
Yeah.
prepped as a woman. Like, you know, I got to cook, I got to clean, I got to do this. But then I'm like, why? And I have brothers. she got sisters. I have no sisters.
And I have my brothers too.
I know you have brothers, but when it comes to sisters, that's different. I'm sorry, I love you.
Oh yeah, because I have help.
Yeah,
you
gotta
don't.
help. I don't, because when I got brothers, it's like I do the extra work. I'm like, oh my god, but I still love it because they still helped me, thankfully.
Yeah. So
No, they still help you on that.
for me, the training is like my mom actually like what is it in English? Step stool.
Oh yeah.
So when I was young, I had a step stool like to cook, like in the morning,
Be
like
taller. I know that.
crepes. That's the word in English, like
Yeah,
crepes.
malawa is like
Yeah,
crepes.
and
Say it again in Somali.
oh, maloha. Yeah.
It's crepes.
I'm not gonna try.
But it's crepes because crepes come in different forms.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
French, it's Asian. Like it doesn't matter. But like we all kind of make the same food. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
I
I
love
never had a
that.
crepe.
Yeah.
No.
You never had crepes?
You've never had.
Yo, there's a mall, and you didn't even know there was a crepe. That's literally my favorite.
Okay,
food.
next
Okay.
time I come back, I'll
going.
we'll
No,
make the play.
Stick to the donuts. Let's
Nah,
not
no
switch up.
crepes.
He's not here.
Crepe
Stick
is
to the
easy.
donuts.
It's more. How do you say? Okay, I know it's Gillette, but it's more thin.
It's very
It's very
thin.
Like you know how pancakes are?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
so
but
much
it's a thin
if that
one.
makes sense.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to eat it with like either like
Fruits or
what is-
meat?
usually
I ain't gonna
meat.
lie.
Yeah.
meat, like the oka.
Man,
It's
we-
like a very ground beef.
Man, we're gonna have another, man. We gotta have another interview with y'all, man. But my last question.
Yeah.
You guys are single, correct?
I'm not answering that.
Well,
Do you see?
I'm
Yeah. I'm
I
not
mean, this is
answering
your
nothing.
chance right here. You know what I mean? It could be a lot of suitors. I'm just saying,
Oh, a lot of suitors? No, I'm kidding. No, seriously, no.
since you guys have these strong cultural beliefs, if an American black man chooses to date you, you will turn them down?
It's religion for me.
Religion?
Yeah.
You, what, Muslim?
Yes.
Okay.
And I like how you say that because
It's religion for
I know
me.
that.
I am very much you know me, I'm very religious and I pray and I do all of that. I want a partner to match me that is religious and we have the same beliefs and we stand on our virtues and values.
I'm curious. You don't keep your head covered?
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
Is that new?
It's between me and God. Point blank.
Yeah, it's
I ain't
between
gonna
me
lie.
and God.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, is that
I know,
like a
yeah.
new? Is that like more of a?
People think
more,
like it's forced, but it's not.
It's
like,
not.
it's
No.
your choice. Because between,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, like if I'm praying, of course I'm going to cover myself.
Yes,
I'm
when I
praying to
pray.
God. But at the same time, it's like when I walk out, I love my mom. I love her to death. But she comes out, she's like, you're not wearing your headscarf. Wear your headscarf. I'm like, that's between me and God. But she's like, you know, like watch out for everybody else. Even though I'm wearing a fake hair, like you don't, you know what I mean? If like you're wearing fake hair, whatever it is, it's like, it's still like you got to cover yourself.
And it's also the evil eye. It's like a lot of us have a lot of hair. My hair is like down to here and stuff like that, and I show my hair. But it's like,
Protecting yourself from others.
yeah, protecting yourself from others. That's why it's covered up. Like if I asked you both a question, if I had two candies in my hand, okay? This is how the proverb goes. I have two candies. One is open, one is closed. I drop both of them, okay? On the street. Which one would you eat?
It's already common sense.
Which one?
Is it though?
Man, you always gonna take the one that's wrapped.
Thank you.
But I also look at it, see what that goes for. I put it like this. I guess the eyes of the beholder, because I prefer. When it comes to women, I prefer natural hair. I don't care if it's this long or all the way to her back. I prefer natural hair, but I do not like the Europe. I don't like just
It's like
being
when you do
100.
like a fake eyelash, you do all this shit, whatever it is. That's like, yeah. At the end of the day, you're just like,
Yeah,
I'd rather have
I'm-
you how you look, the way you wake up, the way you go to sleep.
because that's what the fuck I'm gonna have to look at anyway.
Well, that's a preference.
But then again, but do you think a lot of times the beauty is just more in the looks of just women?
No.
Nah.
So no BBLs for y'all, huh?
No.
Hell no. My mama told me no. I love my mom. She was like, I told her one day, I was like, yo, I wish I could do something with my boobs. She's like, first of all, you were born the way you were, and you should be grateful.
Yeah, let him
'Cause
put us that way.
seriously, I have brown gums, and it's crazy. I I didn't know that when I was growing up as a young kid, because oh, you're dark, all this.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like, oh, you don't have pink gums. When you get bullied, bully is a real shit. For me, it was like, I didn't even know that my gums came from my dad's side of the family. And my mom was like, you should be appreciating that. Because people actually ink themselves to get what you have. I'm like, I never actually thought of that. Like, seriously. I was like, okay. And then she's over here like, don't change yourself. At the end of the day, you are who you are. If you do want to change yourself, do it like literally naturally. Like, okay, you want to lose weight, you want this. But at the end of the day, just love yourself.
You have to work for it.
Yeah, work for it and
Work
love
for
yourself.
it.
You hear that, Shane? Love
Love
yourself.
yourself.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
It is hard. I ain't gonna lie.
It is
It's very
hard.
The way you have people implanting in your brain, it's like, you should get a bigger butt or you should have big lips. I was over here like, okay, I didn't even realize I had big lips. Honestly, like, oh, people are doing lifters. I'm like, can I do that too? But then I realized I already have it. But also, I kind of want to do less. Because it was crazy. Like, for me, it was like, I always wanted the opposite, what everybody had.
That's why they tell us, like, the evil eye is like they will put something in your head that they want you to be.
An image, right?
An image that they want you to be. And you need to stand up on your virtues, values, all of those things and say, I'm okay with who I am, but if you don't like who I am, that's
Peace
perfectly
out.
fine. You don't have to be around me.
Well, hey, man, that's how we're going to end the episode. If you don't like who I am,
Accept
you don't have to be around me.
No, seriously, and accept yourself.
But please be around me. And stuff like that. How old are
Be
y'all?
around you and be like, accept yourself.
How old are y'all?
I'm 29.
You? Okay, never asked the lady her age.
Yeah, thank you. That's what
Shit,
I'm
look at you like, man.
I don't. Y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. Y'all too old for me.
I'm like, kind of don't want to.
I don't mind.
Yeah, man,
But I am in my 30s.
You in your 30s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna tell you the
man.
number.
It's a
Number
youngster.
no,
It's a youngster
number
waiting for
eight.
y'all.
For us?
Yeah, it's a youngster.
We're youngsters.
I don't know. My
y'all ain't
friend over
youngsters.
here.
That guy right there, 21 to 25. Oh, they gonna love you.
Wait, damn, you're too baby. Anyways,
Nah, don't turn it down, man. You
you
gotta
said
action.
21. I thought about.
I'm 45. I'm an old fart, man. I want something
Really?
young.
I thought you were in your mid 30s.
Oh, you want
Nah,
the young
nah,
ones?
I'm
You sound like our
I want-
African
man, I
dads
want the
back
young
home.
ones. I mean,
Oh, I
Back
thought you were in your
home.
No, they be married
nah,
like
man,
13.
I'm 45. Nah, I'm a granddad. What you mean?
Are you married, if you don't mind me
No,
asking?
ma'am. Never been married.
You've never been married.
Never been married.
And why is that?
Because I respect the sanctity of
Put the
marriage.
pressure on them.
Oh,
Put that
definitely.
pressure on
So
them.
if I'm not gonna be, just honest to God, if I'm not gonna just be in a monogamous relationship, then I'm not gonna do it.
So
that's the
what
way I
makes
look at
you
it.
want to be monogamous? What are your,
I don't want to be.
oh, you don't want to be.
No.
And personal, like, okay.
And you don't want, do you have children?
Yeah, I have kids.
So you don't want to be in monogamous, like,
With the person.
yeah, with the person.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of times, kids sometimes it may come unplanned.
They are.
So you just
I
run,
don't
with,
think
you just run with the
a
punch.
child is ever unplanned. I'm a teacher.
I mean,
I
it
don't think
happens, though.
I don't think it's an unplanned thing. You should always say like, "Hey, I had a child," and I'll, alhamdulillah, God bless me with that, because
Well,
some
no,
people
God
do
bless
not
you.
have
God bless
children.
you.
God's blessing.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
You
a
can't plan
blessing.
God's
Yeah, you
blessings.
can't plan
That's what I'm
it.
saying. Like, it's unplanned
Yeah.
because it's like it happened. Like, you have no control what's gonna
Well,
happen tomorrow.
it's one of those things. It's like in reality, it's all in a woman's control. If a woman says she wants to have a
You have a
it's
second
not.
part in it.
nah, if a
No,
woman
you
says,
didn't do whatever you
Dab
did.
the
If a
baby,
woman say, I don't want this kid, ain't nothing you
you
can
can do about it. And
Okay,
if a
we
woman
get the
says
part-
that
okay,
she
I get the
wants the
part of being
kid, then there's nothing you
pregnant
can do
and
with it.
But
Okay,
she's
so
saying, like,
it
future-wise,
takes
like,
two
before
to
you did-
tango. You
It does
did
take
your
two.
part,
Yeah.
and
It does
so
take
did
two.
she.
It does take two to tango, but at the same time, if a woman wants to be a mother, she has that choice, or she doesn't. If a man wants to be a father, he has no choice.
If you're having intercourse, you're a part of it. So you need to know your
Okay.
repercussions and whatever happens afterwards. So take responsibility.
Then if you use that, you got to use that with the same thing of saying
Very much so.
when you drink alcohol and you have sex, it's not considered rape.
Okay.
And you wasn't coerced.
Oh no! I'm out
It's
of
a
it.
slippery
no,
slope.
No,
I'm just
that
keeping
was
it
a
in
different
her.
conversation. I'm sorry.
It's a slippery slope.
Yep. If you
It's
drink
a-
alcohol, you know you can't hold your liquor, and you still put yourself.
It's a slippery
that's
slope.
The same
No.
thing.
And
Not
I'm
the
not
hard-
saying,
not the hard
please hear me when I
Not
say
the
this.
hard R.
I'm not
Not the
saying
hard,
that
no,
that
that's
rape
different.
is we're condoning that, but I'm saying it's a slippery slope because at
can't
the end of
blame
it all,
something, though.
if you have one interaction, which it can happen. Now maybe culturally as a woman, it may not happen. But for us males, we make dumb decisions. When we have alcohol and then and marijuana, or we get drunk, or we get somewhere, and
You can't blame it. I'm sorry, you can't blame.
you make dumb decisions.
I know. You
Okay,
can't,
there's acknowledgement after the fact. I did what I did, and I'm going to take responsibility
Hold yourself
after
accountable.
of what I did. And you have to take acknowledgement and responsibility of
Well,
what you
I'm
just
not, I'm not
did.
questioning that the man, but it comes down to the woman. If the woman says, I don't want to have a kid, she can go and take care of that. Or she says, I want to have a kid, then, but if the male, it's either or. It doesn't matter. If he says, no, babe, you're pregnant, my beliefs are you can't have no abortion. You're going to have this kid. She can look at him and say, yeah, whatever. Walk right into a clinic and have it done. And there's nothing he can do. He can try to, because it went to the Supreme Court
can't
where a
even take
man
her to
tried to
court.
sue a woman and say, hey, you have my child. I want you to have this kid. And at the end of it all, it was her body.
I ain't gonna lie. For
Yeah, it
us
is
as
her body.
Muslims, though, I'm not gonna lie. As Muslim, like, you gotta have that kid because it's like.
Yeah, we
Well,
don't
as Christians,
do
you're supposed to have
Yeah, that's
that
what I'm saying.
kid. As
Religiously,
Catholic, you're
like,
supposed to have that
But
kid.
at the end of the day, I get what you're saying. Like, as a woman, you should, like, okay, do I? Because I don't know, and I'm speaking for myself, and I don't know everybody else. It's like, you're like, oh shit, I'm thinking about the future. Like, financially, physically, mentally. Am I there for that child?
Yeah.
Because
Am I
literally-
ready?
And it's like, okay, if not, then you should have thought of that before this should happen. Yes, I agree with that on that part too.
Yeah.
But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I decided I'm going to have this kid. Point, period.
Yeah.
And it's like, I decided. And of course,
It's
for
nothing-
me, it's like, I would like the male, you know what I mean, the partner I'm with, to have that decision with me. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know what, I'm against you. And I'm like, yeah, you're against me. Okay, peace out. For me, I'd be like, sign these papers because I'm doing this all
Yeah.
on my own, period.
But
I know, for me, that's
You're
what
an
I'm saying.
anomaly. You're an anomaly.
Anomaly?
Because
I'm
an anomaly. Because for the simple
I'm
fact,
thinking about Monopoly.
It's
A
easy
scorn-
to
a
say.
scorned
It's easy
woman-
to say that when it
it ain't
just
you.
talking. You know,
Yeah,
But when
that's what
you're-
I'm saying. Like, it's like you
a
didn't say all
scorned
this, but
woman
it's like when
is
you
a scorned
experience
woman.
it.
a scorned woman is a scorned woman.
You mean like when they're mad?
Well,
When I hear scorn, I'm sounding like when I hear her scorn.
Well,
it's
when,
like,
you know,
mad.
when the scorned man, when I say basically, I'm in so many terms, I'm saying once a woman is mad,
When
She
I'm
was
mad,
striked.
I'm mad.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna strike your
it's
strike.
nothing. It's
You gonna
nothing.
tear the whole
so a
house
lot of
down.
majority of the times,
The whole house
even with the kid, even with the child support,
That sucks.
'Cause we
Honestly,
living
I
in a
come
gener-
from
I
I
know.
come from a family with wealth, so I would not care. I'm like, okay, you don't want to be a part of it. That's up to you. You want to leave? That's up
peace
to you.
out.
Anomaly.
My father put in place in the beginning. Be your own woman. Go to college. Do everything else because you never know what somebody's going to do to you
At the end of the day.
and tell you as a woman, he could leave you tomorrow. He
Seriously, with
could
3 kids,
leave
4
you
kids.
and do all that, but make sure you have a backup plan.
anomaly.
Yep.
Again,
And I was like, okay. I was like, Dad, I
Same thing
understand.
that you put your money in
Yeah.
your savings.
Yeah, I put like things like that. So
Yeah.
if you want to leave, that's up to you. People have emotions. My minor's in psychology.
Mm-hmm.
So people are up and down. Today I'm this person, tomorrow I'm that person, whatever the case may be, something might tick me off. And
Can't predict that.
you can't predict whatever is going to
Just like I
come.
said, like 50-50, like how people are like a 50-50 relationship or 100%, as you were
Mm-hmm.
saying, like religiously or whatever it is, like, okay, the man is supposed to do all this. But at the same time, it's like you're in the middle because you are actually not the middle. You know what I mean? Like you're in between, whatever it is. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know, let me help out when it's happening. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm a woman. Can I, like, you know, if I'm deciding something, point period, you're like, okay, fuck it. You know, I'm going to agree with her. But at the same time, it's like, I don't agree with you because it's kind of is negative. It's like, I don't want to kill this person or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The baby. I'm talking about the baby. Sorry. I went back.
No, yeah.
But yeah, it's like, at the end of the day, it's like what you decided is your choice. If that makes sense.
no,
Yeah.
I man, I
And
truly-
I, like I said, respectfully,
Never
like for me, it's like,
But it goes
I
hints
leave it to
around.
God.
It goes hints all around the marriage. Mm-hmm. That's why I never got married.
And that's your preference and your
That's your
choice
choice.
and everything. I'm a teacher, so everybody has a choice. Like, I always tell my kids in my classroom, hey, would you like to do this or would you like to do that? I give them a then and that. And that's it. That's where they
No,
go.
no, it's
If you
all
have a
good.
choice.
it's like sharing is
Yeah,
caring.
Now
Sharing.
when I find my wife, I will get married.
and that's who you want.
And that's what you do.
want. It's point period. Like, if somebody changes you, point period.
Yeah.
Because you never
It's no
know.
changing. I know
it's not changing, but it's like
genetics.
somebody like puts the light that, oh shit, you know what? This is a point that wants this person, like they want, you know what? I'm like, I kind of actually, I want to follow through and all that. Because as you said, it's no changing, but you're still, what do you call it, evolving? Evolving, thank you. Yeah, you're evolving. Because you're always going to evolve in life. Like, okay, I've been I've been with this and this and this, and I had kids and this and this. But at the same time, it's like that one main person that just hits your brain and switches. You're like,
Oh,
you know
I'm
what?
with
Actually, I
that.
want to get married. I actually want to be with this person. Point period. And that is a person for you.
You ever been married?
No.
You ever been married?
I've been engaged.
Okay, no. Two no.
How many times?
The question has me.
Okay, we're getting a little bit deep.
No. I'm,
You don't have to answer.
You don't have to, man. So,
to answer.
hey, we're gonna end this episode right here, man. I want to thank the young
shout
ladies,
something out?
man.
You went sideways.
No, do you want to shout out your Instagram?
Shout out something?
No.
She like, no.
Wait, what am I shouting out?
Your Instagram?
Your Instagram, your social media, if they want to follow you,
What
whatever.
shit, I don't have one ish. Let me hide
I
it.
do
Yeah.
not.
I am very trying to learn how to be social. So,
LinkedIn.
You're doing a very good job.
I was doing a
I
great
hope
job.
so,
Great
because
episode.
I don't want anybody coming for me. FYI, I am speaking for myself. Actually, I don't even want to speak for myself.
Yeah, I want to say that as well. We're just speaking on our own
your
experiences,
opinions.
nothing
It's
of.
not even my opinions.
Blame
It's
it
just
on
me
the
being
blame
me.
it on the cappuccinos, the iced
It's not even the
coffees.
cappuccino.
Cheers.
I want nap. I ain't gonna lie. I want to sleep. I ain't
Krispy
gonna lie,
Kreme,
but
y'all
yeah.
owe us.
But no, I shout out to just, you know what? This is like a living life. Point
You know
period.
what? Free Palestine. That was my
Oh, yes.
message
Seriously,
for that.
straight up.
Free him, I guess.
You have no idea. 100% free Palestine. Also, war sucks. I'm sorry. No, war sucks. I gotta just say that right now.
War is big business.
I know, but it sucks.
All
That's all I
right.
have to say.
Are we done?
Man, hey, yeah,
we
we
still
are
going? We're
done.
still
Yeah,
doing it?
hey,
No,
we at the
I'm
spot on the
done.
spot, man,
That's
and we're gonna
fine.
call this Perspectives from the Motherland. That's what we're gonna call this,
we're
man.
motherland? I live
Y'all
here.
the motherland on the real.
I'm a
Your
Seattle,
culture,
Washington.
man. Your
You?
culture.
Yeah, I'm Seattle.
Your
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Your
culture.
culture.
I forgot about that. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
For the culture.
On top, man. We up out of here.
Thank you,
All
though.
right. Thank you.